Ever feel like you're stuck on an emotional roller coaster with her? 1 minute, it's this intense connection, and the next, you're just staring at your phone, wondering if you even cross her mind. That feeling of confusion, that nagging uncertainty, it's not just frustrating, it's a flat-out thief of your time and your peace. Section 1, Sign 1, the consistency mirage, hot and cold behavior. This one's a classic sign you're being played. One moment, she's blowing up your phone with messages, all warmth and interest. You feel that spark, that connection. Then boom, radio silence. She's distant, unavailable, and suddenly you're questioning everything. Now, this isn't usually a sign of some deep, complex personality. More often, it's a calculated move to keep you on edge, always chasing her approval. She might pop back up with a burst of affection, only to pull away again once she's got your attention. It's a pattern, and that intermittent reinforcement? It's designed to keep you hooked. The Stoic response. You know, Epictetus had a great line. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Her inconsistency? That's like her own personal weather forecast, unpredictable. Your emotional state, though, that's your mountain, steadfast. You can't control her ups and downs, but you can control your reaction. Don't get sucked into her chaos by becoming anxious or demanding. Just observe her actions. See them as data, not as some reflection of your worth. Section 2, Sign 2, it's always on her terms. Take a step back and notice who's calling the shots. Does she only get in touch when she's bored, needs a favor, or when her other plans have fallen through? If your time together, your conversations, and how things move forward are always dictated by what's convenient for her, that's a pretty big red flag. She might be a pro at making you feel special in those moments she does decide to give you her attention. But look at the bigger picture. Is it about mutual consideration, or is it really all about her control? The Stoic response. Stoicism really emphasizes self-respect and knowing your own value. Your time and energy, they're precious, man. As Marcus Aurelius might put it, what we truly control are our own choices and judgments. So, if you keep finding yourself on the back burner, or only feeling valued when it suits her, you've got to recognize that this isn't a relationship built on mutual respect. A Stoic doesn't beg for scraps of attention or twist themselves into knots to fit into someone else's tiny box. Instead, focus on your own values and put your energy where it's actually appreciated and returned. Section 3, Sign 3. Future? What future? She avoids real commitment talk. So, you try to talk about where things might be heading. Maybe you suggest making more consistent plans, or you're just trying to get a handle on her intentions. And what happens? She expertly dodges the conversation. She might change the subject, give you some vague, fuzzy answer, or talk about how fiercely independent she is as a way to sidestep getting closer. Now, independence is great, but if it's always used as a shield against any kind of real emotional intimacy or planning for the future, it could mean she's just not serious about building anything real with you. This also includes not bringing you into her wider social circle after a reasonable amount of time has passed. The Stoic response? Stoicism teaches us to see reality for what it is, not what we wish it would be. If her actions consistently scream, "I don't want to talk about commitment," then accept that as her truth right now. You can control your own desire for clarity, sure, but you can't control whether she's willing to give it. Seneca put it well. Time discovers truth. Her constant avoidance? That's a truth in itself. Instead of draining your emotional battery trying to decode mixed signals or force something that isn't there, A Stoic would focus on their own path and look for relationships where intentions are clear and shared. Section 4, Sign 4, the taker. She only reaches out when she needs something. This isn't a connection. It's more like a transaction. If her calls and texts are almost always about needing a favor, maybe emotional support when she's down, a ride, help with something, or even money. But she's nowhere to be found when you could use some support or simply want her company, then yeah, you're probably being used. Real interest is a two-way street. It's about both people wanting to add to each other's lives, not just one person constantly taking. The Stoic response. The Stoic idea of justice includes being fair to yourself. You need to understand your own value. Your worth. Section 5, Sign 5, the grand performance, love bombing, and other manipulations. All right, beware of the whirlwind romance that feels too intense, too fast. Love bombing is when someone overwhelms you with affection, attention, and huge declarations right at the start. She might call you her soulmate after just a few weeks, talk about a future that sounds almost too good to be true, and constantly shower you with compliments. This isn't always genuine affection. Often, it's a tactic to quickly get your trust and gain control. And once you're hooked, that affection might suddenly vanish, leaving you confused and desperate to get back to that initial high. Other shady tactics include gaslighting, making you doubt your own perceptions, or breadcrumbing, which is giving you just enough attention to keep you hanging on. The Stoic response. Stoicism is all about reason and seeing things clearly. When you're hit with these massive early declarations, a Stoic hits pause and observes. Does this level of intensity actually match the depth of the connection you've built so far? Are her words lining up with consistent actions over time? Practice what the Stoics called the art of assent. Basically, don't just rush to believe everything you're told, especially when it feels over the top. Focus on character, hers, and importantly, your own. Does this behavior seem like it's coming from a place of genuine care, or does it feel more like a performance, designed to get a specific reaction out of you? Keep your emotional balance. Overarching Stoic guidance, walking away with dignity. Recognizing these signs, that's the first big step. Now, the Stoic way isn't about getting angry or plotting revenge. It's about tapping into wisdom, self-mastery, and protecting your inner peace. Focus on what you actually control: your thoughts, your reactions, your choices. You can't control her intentions or what she does, but you absolutely can control whether you keep participating in a dynamic that makes you feel less than. Practice acceptance. Accept the reality of the situation, even if it's a letdown. Wishing things were different won't make them so. Value your time and your self-respect way more than you value fleeting attention. Your peace of mind is priceless. Walking away from a situation that consistently chips away at it isn't failure. It's a powerful act of self-respect. So, if any of these signs are hitting home, if you're just tired of the games and the emotional roller coaster, it's time to choose a different path. You absolutely deserve clarity, respect, and a genuine connection. Look, don't let anyone play games with your time or your emotions. By spotting these signs and applying these Stoic principles, you give yourself the power to navigate the dating world with real wisdom and integrity. You learn to value your peace above pretty much everything else. And when you do that, you start attracting connections that are built on solid ground, not on shifting sands. Your time is literally your life. Invest it wisely.